Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone who rule well, and to the IKM around the four corners of the earth, preaching the gospel from Ashak Yahushai in sincerity and truth and genuineness of mind. This is Brother Nash DC Camp, short lesson for the hopeful elect. Yeah, so I'm going to go into a topic about debt. All right, the whole world is covered in debt. All right, that's a bad sign right there. You know, that's a bad omen. That proves to you that the whole world is not at rest. The whole world is in turmoil. So I'm going to read a quick precept from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 29. And the favorite verse. So, verse 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what the world is about right now. Mourning, mourning, mourning. Every single day, folks complaining, the riots. Folks are upset with their jobs, upset with their living conditions. People upset with oppression, all right? And they see the corruption going on, and there's nothing they can do about it but lash out. And, those days of oppression is coming to an end, man. Oppression from the wicked, from these rulers of this world, the elites of this world, international bankers. Their rulership is coming to an end because the Lord has to bring judgment, to clean up the mess that they've created. All right, and that's what the men of the Lord are looking forward to, man. So that way, the earth can be restored, to a righteous, a righteous state, could be set on the path of righteousness. All right. So you see on the screen the nations on the face of the earth. All right. And you see how much money they owe. So it's in billions of dollars. All right. To make it easier. All right. So you can see this is from 1970 to 2018. It's a record of the reports that they submit to all these financial institutions like the World Bank and the IMF, and they're able to track, the growth and contraction of the economy. All right, so let me just play this clip real quick, and then you understand why the world is in such a mess. Yeah, so you see America at the top of the list. All right, so you just ask yourself, how long, man? How long has America, been at the top of this list? And it just proves that something is not right with America's economy, with America's housekeeping, and that's what it boils down to: economics, housekeeping. It's some shady, jungle bunny prescription going on, man. And that's the reason why the Mosai sent his son Hamashiach Yahushai to get rid of all these unjust decrees. All right, and it's not just America is in debt. Our people in the of Northern Kingdom in South America and Central America, in the Caribbean, in West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, including North Africa, they are also in debt. All right, and you also include the Middle East and Southeast Asia and Asia. So you see the pattern of madness that the world is engulfed in. So this is Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." All right. And verse 2 says, "To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless." Yep. So that's how Esau society is set up, man, on just decrees. And when our people live on lands that have mineral resources on it, they're going to be pushed off it because of the greed of these international bankers and their cronies and their peons. And then you hear about skirmishes in the land, and then all of a sudden people get violently removed because they want the gold, they want the silver, they want the platinum, they want the coltan, they want every single resource, man. If that's all day, those people are not going to be on that land for long, so they're going to be pushed, they're going to be displaced. So, and that's how the elites are able to stay rich, because they have that sword. They're able to strong arm our people into submission. All right, and now people become desperate, man, and depressed. So you see how crazy it is, man. Even take a good example of our people, the Gadites. The tribe of Gad on the reservation. You just see how much damage it has caused to them psychologically and spiritually. And you look at Colorado, you look at the state of Washington, South Dakota. Who's running those places? Esau. So you just have to understand, man. Our people are on a sad state. And the only way out for them is through Hamashiach Yahushai. And that's the reason why we have to do these lessons, to build up their courage, to lift up their spirits. All right? This is the economic model of Esau's rulership, man. Basically, this is the image of the beast. This is what this philosophy brings about. So we're going to read from the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is subject to the lender." All right. So remember that. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is is a servant to the lender. All right. So just remember that, man. That's what you have to examine when you watch Bloomberg TV, you watch CNBC, Fox Business. All right. You go on Market Watch. Check out all those international business channels. You understand how the whole game is rigged to have the whole world covered in debt. And you just understand the reason why it is because the elites want control, and they're able, to swing the path of a government in any direction they want. Okay, so that's one part, from Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. Then another one's going to be from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 12. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it." Yep. So when you have a, a lack of wisdom upon the face of the earth, this is a nonsense you have to deal with. This is what happens when the government of this world is avoiding the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. The Lord has already told us in Proverbs chapter 11, all right? It tells you about just balances, all right? So when, a business is not in good financial standing, it becomes a zombie business, man. It can't perform the services it has promised to the customers, to the neighborhood, to the community. All right. So basically becomes a liability. It's just taking up space. That's the reason why wisdom is always important. Wisdom over riches anytime, any day. And that's a mindset you need to have. All right. So I read again from Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it." And that's the main ingredient. Wisdom. It says, "Giveth life to them that have it." It improves your perspective of what life is all about. Okay. And you're able to make the necessary adjustments to bring the meaning, bring the true nature of righteousness to the world. That's why we preach this gospel out there on the highways and byways, right? So just to switch gears a little bit, I'm going to read from the book of Habakkuk. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to read from verses 5 and 6. Okay, it says, I'm starting from verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." So our faith is tied to wisdom. And what says, "Wisdom giveth life to them that have it." Okay, and that's how you have to keep this balance. Wisdom and faith. Right, the mercy. Then verse 5 says, "Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied." And that's the reason why the whole world is in so much of a mess, because of Esau's economic model. It's just tyrannical. It doesn't make any it's not sound wisdom. All right. Okay, that's the reason why the world is out of balance, because of the way of the beast, the image of the beast, overshadowing the whole earth. All right, and the whole earth is covered in darkness. Can you imagine? The folks just depressed, man, because they are oppressed. And then it says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." How has he done that? Through his philosophies, through his doctrine of fractional reserve banking, international banking, and all that stuff. Usury. All right. So he turned the words of the Lord upside down, and the Lord is going to judge him for that. And the Lord is not. The Lord is not going to let this go unanswered. The Lord has already said, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished." Okay, so I'm going to read real quick from the book of Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 10. It says, You shall have just balances and a just ephah and a just bat. That's all it is. Just balances. Okay, so just imagine the madness that you have to experience because the world is out of course. All right, under the rulership of these Edomite elites, man, and they don't really care about the people. So I wonder why folks are always trying to petition them to make their lives easy. All right, so that's not their job, man. Their job is to rule the world and with oppression, man. All right. So another precept will be from the book of Psalms chapter 82. I'm going to read verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Yeah, under the rulership of these Edomites, man. All right, so you see the craziness on the screen. All right, all the billions and trillions of dollars in debt. That's over. That's overshadowing the minds of the people on this earth. All right, this is what Amalek has done to the whole world. Has forced the whole world to go into debt. And when you check out the news reports, it tells you the impacts that the so-called, international shutdown of the economy has done to a lot of countries. I call it the Rona shutdown. All right, so it has caused so much trouble for nations. All right, so I'm going to read from the book of Job, chapter 27. I'm going to read 16 and 17. It says, though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. All right, and that's a future prophecy that we are going to be experiencing very soon once the whole structure of this international elite is turned down, their power is taken away from them by the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. Then the elect and 1/3 of the nation of Israel, as well as those spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, we're gonna have our riches restored to us, man. So it's a beautiful thing. The Lord already said the wicked shall not go unpunished. All right. And that's what happens, man. The Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that's exactly what he's going to reap. Yeah, so you just look at the charts, man. There's so many charts, you could always look at, man. And it just shows you how much of a mess the whole world is in. It just sends you into a stammering mode, man. It's like you're basically speechless. All right. So that's just the point there, Akim. Hope you've been edified, and the whole world is covered in thick clay. All right, you don't want to live like this for so long, man. The time of living in debt is over. All right, Shalom.